Hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here. This is my reaction to One Piece chapter 1135. Cover page of Jump. Pretty nice. But yeah, so Oda, Happy New Year. Reached level 50 as a youngest spirit. I will continue striving each week to work hard and refine myself. Huh? But yeah. So chapter 1135, Camraderie Cups. So we got Tama freeing herself from Hold'em. So yeah, stronger than she was before. That's what it says. Alright, getting into the chapter, we got Bonnie saying the letters are huge. It says the giant's well of wisdom. Chopper says it's hard to make out. And Saul says Bibelot or Bibelot is the library's master. They say he's been here for over hundreds of years, or here for hundreds of years, not over. So it's the owl. All we can say for sure about this owl is he gigantifies any book that enters the library. So, either Bibelot or Bibelot. Head librarian of the Owl Library. The news queues don't come to Elbaf since it's not part of the world government, but sometimes the fishermen bring some tiny papers back here so we can read them. And then, yeah. Lilith says he must have eaten the rear fruit, and become a nurturing owl. To think even inorganic things can grow with his power. That's a perfect ability for a kingdom of giants. And Saul says, feeling nostalgic? And then Robin says, yeah. Chopper says, I hope they have medical books here. Robin says, I know we have a few, but most of it was archaeological and historical works. He says, we got some medical books native to Elbaf too. And it says, wow, Chopper, I guess, says, wow. Wow, I can't wait to read them. And it says, although those books were always large, so they can't be shrunk down. And she's like, what? And we got Usopp, Luffy, Usopp, and these giant kids on the swing. Luffy's like pushing it really high. The kids are crying. And he's like, this giant swing is the best. And then, yeah, I get beat up. He says, We're very sorry. And yeah, Usopp says, can't you see that Nami says, can't you see that you're scaring them? And he says, hey, I wanted it to stop too. What Usopp says. So yeah, the kids that are under Garrett saying, why? It was so scary, Miss Garrett. And she's like, oh, you poor things. And then Luffy's like, hey, shameful for a warrior to cry. And then Sanji says, back off, Luffy. Kids were raised with nothing but love and kindness. And then Sanji's like, And then, yeah, the kid turns around and smirks at him. It's just like, come on, is this universal brat behavior now? Because, yeah, Momo did the same thing. But yeah, Luffy says, this is a bit of a letdown, Usopp. And then Usopp says, yeah, but it's not like a peaceful Elbaf is a bad thing. And someone says, there you are, Straw Hat. Yeah, Luffy's like, so much for peace. This kid we've seen before, comes swinging a sword at Luffy, says, you're wide open. But yeah. Swings at him, but yeah. Luffy, like, breaks it with his fist, I guess. You can kind of see his fist. So yeah, the kid's sword just breaks on Luffy's hand. He says, Luffy jumps. He's like, what? Luffy says, you're third. Gum elephant gun. And then punches in front of the kid. And then, yeah, Usopp's like, don't overdo it, you dummy. And he's like, I didn't even hit him. And he's like, that's not the point. He says, you're going to be in trouble. And Luffy's like, good to know not everyone around here is spineless. And he says, that Luffy's a meanie. I hate violence. And then, yeah, the kid says, that was so cool. You're an emperor, all right. Colon, yeah. One of the kids says, you're just as bad as Colon. Our resident delinquent is here. Why do you have to pull these stunts and ditch school? Colin says, shut up. I hate weaklings like you. And then, yeah, they're like, yeah, he's such a brute. What's it? Blinking. Ripley says, Colin, don't cause a scene. That was a solid first strike. And he's like, Mom, Mato-san made all your favorites. And they're like, what? You're a mom, Ripley-chan? At least you're teaching your son the old ways. Aren't you gonna tell him to apologize for that sneak attack? And then, yeah, Colin says, did you know my father's a human too? And she's Lingonberries. I'm so happy. And Colin says, he used to be a pirate and he didn't fear anyone, not even the warriors of Elbaf. And Sanji's like, your dad's a human. And Ripley says, my husband's as much younger than me. Our marriage is more informal because of that. Because of that age gap, he always said it'd be weird to make it official since he'd be the only one to ever grow old. It's like, is he for real? And Son says, whoa, even the library is awesome. The books are huge. Robin says, Luffy, I want to talk with Saul a little longer. I'll meet you at the feast later. And Saul laughs and says, those guys party for 3 days straight, so we'll have plenty of time. Chopper says, I'm staying too, and he says, got it. So yeah. Lilith says, don't worry about me either. I'm going to hang around to get my resident permit. And Bonnie says, me too. So Frankie says, wow. I also got some business around here. The entire kingdom is on an atom tree. That's the same kind of wood which Sunny is made of. Saul says, yeah, there are a few atom trees around the world, but the age of this one is off the charts. Not Sunny, but Frankie. I want to learn more about the treasure tree while we're here. And then Luffy says, no worries, we'll just go on ahead. I gotta eat before I starve. I'm at my limit. And Garrett says, I've got something for you all. She's, what is it, Garrett? So yeah, we get the rest of the Straw Hats and Elbaf attire, their Viking armors. Brooke says, yo-ho-ho, this is excellent. I look more like a warrior, don't I? Warrior now, don't I? And then, yeah, Frankie says, damn right, Brooke. I'm feeling stronger already. Say, how come you got clothes our size? And then Garrett says, I like making human clothes for fun, but that's all it is, I swear. Yeah, they're so cute. And she's like, I'm glad you like them. Robin says, they're wonderful, thanks, Garrett. Jinbei says, it's surprisingly comfortable. And Luffy says, alright, we'll meet you guys at the village. See you later. So it says, that's Castor. The West Castle near the Western Village, I think. Or it's Quest Castle? One of you. It says, hey, what are you twerps doing here? We guards can't let you roam free, you know. Are you part of the Straw Hat crew? What business do you have in this country? And the lady in black says, we're looking for the one called Loki. The giant laughs, says, Loki, why would you want to see that criminal? Country suffered greatly because of him. He's king-slaying fiend who killed our beloved King Harold. That's why this castle is so empty. So then, will you tell me where he is? And says, we can't do that on the off chance he uses you to escape somehow. And says, girl, I guess says, so you won't tell me. Says, sorry, this was a waste of time after all. And suddenly something comes, I guess, shooting. You're like, da-da-da. That's a, huh? And say, no, this has to be some sort of joke. Bog. This guy says it hurts. Really. He's like, huh, what's wrong? And he's like, it hurts. Ah, bog. And the girl says, "This is what happens when you're too rude and prideful. I wasn't really asking before." And then she says, "This time I'm ordering you to tell me." And then he says, "Well, what's going on?" And meanwhile, Western Elbath, or the Western Village Elbath, says, "We've come a long way from East Blue. Yeah, we finally made it." Yeah, the Straw Hats are back. Goofy and Usopp are doing their dance. It says, "We always dreamed of coming to the country of giants, the homeland of the world's greatest warriors." Dory and Broggy say, "We've been expecting you. After all, you small folk defended our pride. You freed us after we were fooled, and you saved me from being erased." And then, yeah, it says, "All of us would like to officially welcome you to Elbath." This is, whoa. "We may be small, but they aren't looking down on us." And Luffy says, "Here's to the great pirate Straw Hat Luffy, one of the 4 emperors." Or Luffy just laughs, and then I guess the giants are saying that. "And to his crew that took down those monsters Kaido, Big Mom, and Wano." Well, Nami's just like holding her ears because they're so loud. And yeah, it says, "Raise your camaraderie cups for the Straw Hat crew." And yeah, it says, "Bo ja ja ja. They're really living it up. Seems the Straw Hats have returned." It says, "Huh, aren't you the giant that caught that?" Yeah. It says, "Huh, aren't you the giant that was caught on Saboti?" And he says, "That's right. Call me Stan Dawson." Yeah, after all, Arjun told me we were going to be under your umbrella. I knew it was fate that brought us back together back then. So yeah, flashback of him saying, "I'll definitely repay this debt one day, thank you." So yeah, refresher on Stanson. Just the guy with Rayleigh. A friend of Arjun that was captured while napping and brought to the sold at the human auction house. Due to another incident, yeah, the Straw Hat crew caused a commotion that allowed him to go free. Like, I see. Glad what we did helped you. Are you all having fun? And then Elder Jarl, the Elder Jarl is here, and he was like, "Who's that?" And he's like, "Vojaja. Oh my, looks like we have some tiny guests. The giant's built like a mountain." And then this guy, yeah. Mountain Beard Jarl. Hero of the giants, the oldest one in the world, 408 years old. And Luffy's like, "Hey, there's a sword in your head, Gramps." And he says, "Bojaja, oh, this old thing. I'm lucky my helmet saved me, but it's going right through. An overwhelming impact." So, yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, then I'd appreciate y'all leaving a like on the video, subbing to the channel, hitting that notification bell, and yeah, check out the playlist. See y'all later.